Hey everyone, Kaylee here. It's time for my May favorites, and I can't even believe it because by the time you see this video, that means that I will be actually living in LA. I will be a West Coaster. You guys will be seeing videos from my new place soon. What in the world? Wow, time flies. Anyway, I have a lot of things to talk to you guys about this month, and it's a nice diversity of things, so I think we're actually going to have a fun time, but I'm going to try to keep on subject so that I don't ramble on forever and ever. So let's just go ahead and get started. And before I get started, let me just go ahead and say that they're doing maintenance next door, and I keep hearing these random noises, loud hammers, whatever. I can't really help it, so we're just gonna kind of go with it. They were earlier blasting Sweet Home Alabama and singing along to it. I kind of thought it was hilarious. Hopefully none of that happens while I'm filming. I'm just gonna kind of cross my fingers and just go for it. So my very first favorite is the It's a 10 Miracle Leave-In Treatment for Blondes. Now you guys have heard about the It's a 10 leave-in stuff before because they're really great. The reason why I started using the blonde one is because, first of all, it has a little tiny bit of a purple tint to it so that it helps to gently tone your hair. It's more preventative against brassiness. If you have a lot of brassiness, it might not cut it down too much, but it can help prevent brassiness from happening on your hair. Brassiness is basically when you get too much yellow or too much gold, and my hair is right on that line. It's a golden caramel almost, and that kind of walks the line between pretty and brassy. So I use this to keep my hair on the pretty side of that line, and also because I do have some little areas in the nape of my neck that didn't get completely toned, so they are a little bit on the brassy side, and it's actually already helped them a lot because they're still pretty golden, but they're not bad. So it's helped with that a lot. It's also supposed to help enhance brilliance and reduce fading and extend vibrancy, which is nice. So it's good for your color, first of all, but then I think it gives you the most shininess and the most detangling of any of the It's a 10s. It's kind of the softest. It leaves my hair feeling the softest and the smoothest of all of them, and my hair detangles so much easier when I use this one. So it's been really good because whenever you get your hair highlighted and you put bleach on it, it gets really tangly really easily. You lose that shine. Your cuticle gets a little bit damaged, and so this is actually supposed to help your cuticle and then enhance the shine and make detangling a lot easier, and I think it does all those things really well. So it's just a good product for those of you guys who have gone blonde and you need some extra care on your hair. This was the first product that I bought as soon as I decided that blonde was happening, so I definitely recommend it to you guys. And this one, okay, everybody has told me that I need to try this, and I finally broke down and tried it. It's the Paul Mitchell Hot Off the Press Heat Protectant Spray. And I understand now why everybody loves it so much. It's got a little bit of hold to it, which is wonderful because I like hairsprays that have some hold to them, or I'm sorry, heat protectants that have some hold to them, but a lot of times they're really crisp and crunchy, and it makes your hair feel very unnatural. Your hair doesn't feel like hair anymore, and it might hold the style that you give it, but it looks producty, if you know what I mean. And this actually does a good job of not making your hair producty. It gives you that hold, but you can't feel it. My hair feels like hair, it doesn't feel crispy, it doesn't feel producty. My husband could touch it and wouldn't even be able to tell that I had hairspray in, and that's basically always the goal. So that's good. It also gives you a subtle amount of shine, so it's not going to make your hair look dry. Also, it kind of smells like watermelon, which I love. So all of those things make it one of my new favorite heat protectants. And then for makeup, I have the Hourglass Ambient Light Palette, but specifically Radiant Light, which you can buy on its own. I just happen to have the palette, but anyway, this is perfect for just bronzing my skin and making it look like I'm going out in the sun. It doesn't look like bronzer. I have it through the hollows of my cheeks, and then I have it over my forehead just to kind of give some dimension to my large forehead, and it's perfect because I put it on and it literally looks like I just went out and got a tan. It doesn't look like bronzer. It has a slight sheen to it so that it looks very natural, but there's no glitter to it, so it doesn't even really look like makeup when it's on. I think the engineering behind all of these powders is really cool in that respect because it is really interesting the way that they look on the skin. They don't really look like a powder, they don't really look like makeup, and I think that's why people love them as much as they do. But just for me specifically, I've been loving this one because I can use it all over my face, not really all over my face, but in just different areas of my face to give me that kind of radiant, just came out of the sun look. And it's perfect because it doesn't look like bronzer, and it doesn't look like makeup or look like I'm kind of faking a tan. So I really like that. And if you are fair skinned and you're really into makeup and you want to check it out, you should definitely swatch it at Sephora, see what you think, because I really enjoy it. I have a NYX Butter Lipstick, and this is Fun Size Mini. I got this one as a gift, and when I got it, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this, but now I have fallen in love with it. You guys have seen this on me in most of my videos this month. It's just kind of like a peachy pink nude, which is really pretty. It's very easy to wear. I think for those of you guys that have fair skin, it's gonna be really nice because it comes off as a nice light petal pink, whereas for medium skin, I think this could be kind of closer to a nude for you and it would look really pretty as well. I really love this one, and the Butter Lipstick formula from NYX is a little bit hit and miss. Some of their shades are really great and some of them aren't as great. This is one of the great ones because you put it on and it doesn't settle into lines and it doesn't catch on dry skin. It makes your lips look really, really great and it stays on fairly well. You get about 3 or 4 hours of wear out of it, but it's really easy to reapply. It's not going to like cake up or get weird as you reapply throughout the day. So I really, really love this one. I think this is the perfect everyday color, especially for summertime. I also have, oh, that's a tag from my shirt. That's embarrassing. I'm sorry if that's been there the whole time. Whoops. Anyway, makeup brushes. So my very first favorite this month has been the small angle brush from Sigma. I have really gotten into my gel eyeliner wings again. If you guys haven't been able to tell, I've always liked that, but I kind of got away from it for a little while and now I am back doing that full force, and I think it's important to have like your angle brush whenever you do that. Like whatever eyeliner brush that works for you is just important to have, and this is mine because it's the perfect width this way because you don't want it to be too wide because then it makes your wings either awkwardly long or it's just hard to maneuver. So you want this to be at least a little bit short so that you can have a little bit more control. You also want it to be skinny this way, that way you get a nice skinny line from your brush, because I have a couple of these where it's just too thick, so I use it with my gel liner and it just makes like a crayonish line and it's really hard to get the eyeliner right. And then the final thing that you want is you want your bristles to be the right length, because if it's too long then it has too much give and you don't have any control over your eyeliner. But then if it's too short then you're kind of working with like a stick. So you want it to have a little bit of bend but not too much, and this for me has just the right amount. So for all those reasons, this is my favorite angled liner brush. I have this one, I have a dedicated one for my eyebrows, and I think I have another one that's just like as backup. Like I love this brush. My last favorite, this one is kind of funny, but it's the Jergen's Natural Glow Firming Daily Moisturizer. And I don't really care that this one's firming. I don't notice a difference with it being firming at all. You could use this or the original formula, but this is kind of, at least in my book, is like self-tanner for dummies. And I am definitely calling myself a dummy when it comes to self-tanners because I have had some problems in the past. Like, I'm fair-skinned and I love it. I actually tan really easily. I just don't go outside. So maybe once I move to LA and it's like nice outside, I might get a tan. But for right now, I'm fair-skinned, totally fine with it, don't really need to tan, but I started using this because my legs are so much lighter than everywhere else on me, and it was kind of embarrassing. It was one of those things where like your legs could stop traffic and not in a good way, so I was like, you know what? I need some help. So I pulled this back out because I had it for a little while and I fell back in love with it because it really is, like I said, self-tanner for dummies. You just put it on, and as long as you get an even application and it's not, you know, really heavy in certain areas and you've exfoliated beforehand, you're not going to have any weird splotchiness, and as long as you're exfoliating evenly as it wears off, you're not going to have any weird splotchiness as it wears off. So it's great. It's perfect for people like me that really don't want a whole lot of a tan and don't want to run the risk of having any really embarrassing moments with self-tanner, because let's be honest, that's not fun. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Make sure to tell me about your favorite things from this month in the comments, because you guys always inspire me to try new things and I totally appreciate your suggestions. And I'm really excited for June with you guys. My birthday is in June. I'm turning 25. I'll be like a quarter of a century old, which is like a scary and an exciting thought all at once, and goodness. But anyway, it'll be a fun month and I'm excited to have that with you guys, and I will just go ahead and see you guys in my next video, alright? Yeah, that's it. Okay. Mwah. Bye.